Wow, guys. So I guess Sunny Hostin is leaving America. Let's just hope she's taking Joey and Whoopi with her. Let's check this video out.
And now that he's back in power, she just made a drastic move. Watch.
I'm here in Ireland. Although I was never someone who thought I would move to another country, that's what I decided would be the best for myself and my 12-year-old. And I'm trying to find a home here in this beautiful country. And when, it is safe for all citizens to have equal.
Minister was asked about this in a loaded question from the conservative media correspondent who happens to be dating Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, yeah. Take a look.
Ireland is known for very happy, fun-loving people, great attitude, many in this room right now that I've met. Why in the world would you let Rosie O'Donnell move to Ireland? I think she's going to lower your happiness level.
That's true. Thank you. I like that question. Do you know you have Rosie O'Donnell?
No.
Do you know who she is? Do you know who she is?
Yeah.
I'm joking.
You're better off not knowing.
Oh, no, he's going to be mad at Ireland now. Here comes the potato tariff. Why can't Trump let this go? This has been years now. He's still got to, as the Italians go, over here for Rosie O'Donnell.
Can you remind us what it is that she said about him or did to him? Because it's almost like he's a toddler. His frontal lobe is not really fully developed, in my opinion. And so he probably suffers from that imposter syndrome. And maybe she did something that called him out on it.
Well, if you watch the clip, she basically flipped her hair, which he didn't care. I used to play with
This was what year? This was way before he was president.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Let's see.
2006, I'm
So I
being
was like
told in my ear.
25. No.
So she made a hair joke?
She flipped the hair. He didn't really care about that. It was the money, in my opinion. She was saying how many times he was bankrupted and blah, blah, blah.
Well,
and
he's
that
not a real billionaire.
Well, that's...
Or he wasn't. He wasn't.
She called him out on it, and he freaked out, and he was so vicious to her on every station. People would take his phone calls in every station, MSNBC, CNN, everywhere he went, even here.
Well, so she spoke truth.
And he
she
took
saw
that
through
dig at
him.
her in that presidential debate that Megyn Kelly moderated. He insulted her during
he can't get over it.
You know, I was actually,
So
I was
that's what
at
it
that Republican debate. It was the first debate of the 2016 primary. It was in Cleveland, at the place where the Cleveland Cavaliers play.
Good job.
And
Wow.
Megyn Kelly asks the question, you call women fat slobs. I don't know if we have the clip. And he says, yes, but that's just Rosie O'Donnell. And I remember so vividly because the entire place erupted in laughter. It was full of people. And my phone, I had it on my lap on silent. My phone vibrated, and I looked down, and it was Rosie. And she was texting me, and she said, I am watching this debate with my kids so they learn about American government. How do I explain this to them?
Wow.
That just sounds like a crazy, bold-faced lie right there. That's like one of those LeBron James lie when he has the book open in those interviews, and he's always on the first page, or you ask him about the book, and he goes, Alexander the Great was a great man, That's all he knows. That's just one of those lies, man. Let's keep going.
So, look, if
What'd
you
you say to her?
the hell am I going to say to her at that point? It's like, I'm sorry. I was mortified that had happened. I said, I'm sorry. I don't have an explanation for how you explain it to your kids, but I do know that if you're Rosie O'Donnell, who...
I'm sorry, man. Do you know what these Democrats and these people that go against Trump all have in common? They never have any answers. They never know anything to help anybody but themselves. It's just like the Maxine Waters situation. All she knows is go against Trump. Go against Trump. He's affecting my money. Everybody, Nancy Pelosi, the same way. The Democrats always switch up and change on each other. I have another video dropping about that. Chuck Schumer. They're all switching up on him now because he didn't want to side with them because he knows that's wrong. I'm like, man, these Democrats are nothing but the party of evil at this point, man. Look, I'm sorry, I'm all in the way. Let's keep going.
he hates, and in fairness, she hates him. It's mutual.
Oh, yeah.
And you are listening to him threaten Liz Cheney. And you're looking at him go after law firms. And you are listening to him saying he's coming back to be the retribution. And you know how ruthless and how vicious he is, and that he personally hates you, and you have a 12-year-old with special needs, and you want to bring her up in a place of love and peace, then, and you have the resources and ability, then you make the hard decision of leaving. Good for her. It's good that she's fought her entire life. She's putting herself first.
Well,
I'm
and
very
it's
supportive.
a good teaching moment for a parent at that time because Donald Trump can best be described as a textbook, like, bullies for dummies. This is who he is.
Yeah.
Way back in 1983.
How long? Just be honest, guys. Down low in the comments. How long has the View been up and on air bullying Donald Trump when he stopped showing up there? You know, he showed up that one time. I think it was Joey. Ow, no, it was Whoopi, and I think Joey Bear. They just walked off because they asked him something, and he just gave them a very blunt answer, and they just walked off. Man, I'm just saying, like, how long have they been bashing people? They're just nothing but hypocrites.
When Back to the Future came out, the character Biff was based on Donald Trump. That's been confirmed. So you're looking that he was already a bully.
That tracks really well.
And you can see it. Now watch it back. So it is a textbook example of explaining to your children there are going to be people that the only way they can be on top is to beat other people down. And those kids are going to run into that. Kids run into it every day. You just usually leave it behind on playgrounds across this country.
In middle school.
And now
Or high school.
we're seeing it elevated to certain levels. But I do think it's important to teach your kids about that because they're absolutely going to run into people just like Donald Trump.
So I do think it's important just to remember that America's bigger than the president. And I want to acknowledge that especially the LGBTQ community may feel uncomfortable in certain states right now. I just talked to Kara Swisher on our podcast yesterday about this. And I get if you have the means and you want to make that decision. But I'd also remind folks, I think Americans love to think we're so far behind and Europe is so progressive and ahead of us. It's just not really the case. We remain the most ethnically diverse, one of the most ethnically diverse nations on earth. We're the one where you're most likely to be able to come in from one socioeconomic class and in your lifetime be in a completely different one. This table doesn't exist in a lot of Europe. On LGBTQ rights issues, we're about as advanced as most of Europe. I know there are some places.
Racist too, though.
Well, we have way more diversity, though, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But you know
when you're a completely homogeneous nation like Denmark, they don't deal with racism.
Yeah, but you know what? That's why people are upset because we like this country.
You can't sit there and just blame racism every time you don't get their way, man. Because I used to be that little kid that just thought I just everything was about my race. I thought everything was about my race. I thought I was getting bad grades at one point because of my race. Dude, I didn't study. I stayed up and I played the game a lot. But I thought just because of my race, I wasn't learning. Man, once you put the race stuff to the side, I'm sorry. I know we're watching The View right now. No one likes it. But once you put the race to the side and you just lock in on something and you try your best, hey, you might make it, you might not. But you're gonna feel a lot better that you tried your best. That's all I know, man. That's all I know. But you can't sit there and blame everything on race. And that's what Sunny Hostin likes. We're gonna end the video here, man, because I can't stay any more of this. Sunny Hostin likes to do that. Sunny Hostin likes to do that, but she has a whole husband that's going to court for fraud, but she's not speaking every week about that. What about that criminal? You know? You still sleep in the bed with that criminal. Come on, man. A lot of this stuff isn't making sense. I'm getting really, really tired of these Democrats putting out false narratives against Trump, man. It's just not right. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what the act 2. We're out.